One of the most common reasons why people's toes start to curl is what's called a hammer toe. So what happens is over time, the toe, instead of sitting nice and straight, starts to curl and bend downwards, almost forming like a claw type of deformity. A lot of times people get this for a lot of different reasons, but several millions of Americans will notice this problem every single year. One of the main reasons why people tend to get this is when they have an elongated second toe. Other reasons why patients will tend to get this is from either having a flat foot, a high arched foot, but ultimately it's leading to a muscle imbalance in the foot that's leading to this toe to wanting to contract. Once it starts to form, it's very difficult to kind of get it to reverse except for in the very early stages, and that's why it's important that you get this treated as soon as possible to help prevent it from progressing. Usually once they start, they're very flexible and you can reduce them into a straighter position, but over time they become more rigid and you can't tend to move them very well, which makes the treatment a little bit more difficult. As far as the treatment options go, there's a couple of different things we can do for it. We can start with different kinds of splints and pads to help hold the toe straight in the more flexible deformities. As they progress though, they can develop into corns and calluses over top of the toes, and ultimately surgery may be needed in order to help straighten out the toes should they become painful. Also, trying to work on the types of shoes you're wearing is very important. So trying to wear a shoe that's a little bit more flexible in the toe area, trying to avoid anything that's leather or any stiffer material is really important to help avoid that excess pressure, which ultimately turns into corns and calluses over the toes. Also too, we talked about this little imbalance in the muscles in your feet that's causing this. By adding an arch support in your shoe can help slow the progression of them as well. A lot of times combining all that together, we can hopefully avoid surgery, but if it's something that progresses and becomes more rigid, then ultimately surgery is something we can do for it.